Waiting to see who is the first one that comes across my screen. Hello, hello. It's Benji Earhart. He's the first one again across my screen. Hello, Ben. All righty. We get a few more in here. We got what I feel like to be a pretty fun show tonight. Should be pretty engaging. Got a lot of good things to show. Got some football to talk about from yesterday and today. So hopefully we got everybody going. I'm doing okay. Getting my strength back a little bit each day. Went out and checked on, me and John did, on the hunting setup today. We're going to talk about that here in a little bit. What's up, Billy Max? Greenbrier Outdoors. I tell you what, Billy, that blind we set up, we're going to talk about that in a little bit, but it got tore to pieces. But we made hay with it and got something set up still up there to hunt in. We'll talk about that more here in a little bit. But it was kind of upsetting. So we get some more folks in here and we'll get started. Benji, I noticed that the scrapes and the tree rubs are happening now. Got them all leading right up to where my setup's at. So hopefully one of us up there will get something going. And we're going to talk about the whole setup here in just a little bit. And the product and the products that people use, the products I use to prepare for a hunt. So getting ready to get after it. Oh yeah, I've seen bucks chasing does. John's seen two fighting down by the hospital. And they're everywhere along the road. Got to be careful driving. So it's happening. Right there is Greenbrier Outdoors. Benji, go follow him. It's Billy Max. He's loves to get out there to fishing and hunting. It's got a YouTube channel and it's got almost twice as many followers as I got. So check him out there, Benji. Give him a follow. I don't know where the family's at. I guess they're watching this Steeler game. It's probably going to be well, I've lost Billy Max. He was on there. But the Steelers are wearing out my Bengals. Ain't even made the fourth quarter yet, so that's probably holding my mother up. My sister's husband, Junior, and all those, they're big Pittsburgh fans. My brother-in-law, Scotty Riggins. What's up, Scott Powell? How you doing, bud? That's probably holding up several because there's so many Steeler fans. Okay. That only showed I had one person on YouTube side, but you were there. So that's probably what holding up a lot of folks. So how about them Mountaineers yesterday? You beating the TCU squad. That's always a good win because Gary Patterson's an awesome football coach. One of the most well-respected coaches, especially when it comes to defense. They always play tough, and we was efficient enough to score on them, even though everything seemed contested passing wise. And so my mother has just messaged me to see if I still gonna be on here. I need to let her know. All right. So we get some more viewers. Like I said, I think this will be a pretty fun show. We're gonna go over everything I do to prep for a deer hunt, what I used in scent control, um, to what happens afterwards if you kill one, if you harvest a deer. That's probably the proper way to put it. And so we get some more viewers in here. We'll start that up. But I'm sure the football game is going to hold some of the viewers back. It's showing I got four in here observing now. So hopefully we'll get several more. Steelers in the house. Yes, they are, Junior Witt. And by a pretty wide margin. By a pretty wide margin. That was to be expected. I knew that Cincinnati had been improving, but going into Pittsburgh, I knew that would be pretty tough. And actually, watching Pittsburgh today, I'm more impressed with their team than I have been in, we'll say, the last 3 or 4 weeks, because they're looking pretty solid, doing whatever they want to do. Well, there was a there was a missed opportunity for a pick six for Cincinnati, and but anyway, they're doing about whatever they want to do. So, wow. so, so we're gonna get into here in a little bit. Go show you some of the products. I got some links to some products that I'm gonna share on the screen. That's stuff I use. Y'all let me know what you use and why you use it, and I'll be pretty good. Yes, they did, Billy Max. Hello, Landon Gano. How are you doing? I see y'all posted about the delicious stuff you and your mom are baking online. That is awesome. Can't wait to get a hold of a pumpkin roll, that's for sure. Even though I shouldn't eat it, I'm sure it's great. That's awesome, Landon. Glad you are. Cool. We got people talking about guns in here. I like it. I like it. I got me a new pistol. I'm just afraid to show it on here. But I do have one. Starts with a K. Pretty excited. So the Bengals have the football. Let's see if they can do anything here in the land of fourth quarter. Is there a comeback? I doubt it. So I wouldn't be calling the betting lines on a comeback. Don't waste your money. Don't waste your money on that. I haven't been hunting per se, but I did go out and checked my staying location today. We're going to talk about that here in a little bit, about how a black bear, which kind of looks like it, the evidence, can ruin your hunt stand. And we hear the stories all the time about black bears doing that. And it didn't take him long. I that blind's only been up, I'm guessing, a month. If that, it's already happened. And it's been too hot to hunt, that is for sure. You ain't got time to sit and talk about your kill. You got to get it out there and get the hide off of it. But we're starting to get some better weather for that. So hoping to catch some pictures of whatever's been tearing my stuff up. 4th and 9, they're going to have to punt out of the end zone, looks like. So, yeah. I was hoping to be able to rip some people this evening, but I don't think I'm going to get my chance. Maybe next time I'll get to rip some people. Because when my banner there a while ago said Bengals fan up against the world, it's true. Because I've been thinking that everybody comes on here is a Steeler fan, besides me. I don't know where John is. Let me see if I can find him in here real quick. Okay. Oh, you here? Okay, there you are. You hadn't said anything. So, hold on, Mom. Can't find me. And speaking of my mother, her and dad's wedding anniversary is today. Scott Powell's not a Steelers fan. Mom and dad's wedding anniversary is today, and they have been married 56 years. 56 years. And which is a true testament to marriage being that marriage is sacred. So if you online or you see them out in the community, wish them a happy anniversary. That's pretty amazing that two people can put up with each other that long, and for more reasons than just being used to each other. There's Mama. She found me. Alrighty, if you guys would share this for me, that would be awesome. So All right, we're getting some more viewers in here. That's cool. That's cool. So we're gonna talk about how I a little bit about how I prep and why I prep and what products I use and tools I take with me in the woods can deer season. One of the things I try to do is not pack so much that I wear myself out trying to get to the stand. Because you still need, if you plan being there all day, you still need water. You need an empty bottle to release that water. You need, or two, some food. So I try to take just what I need to make sure I can make it through it. So we're not going to go into the scouting and all that. That could be something different for another time. But one thing that I will recommend when you do scout is to go through the whole scent control process also while you're scouting, um, to not make that area stressful for the deer as much as possible. So they hang in there. Um, but one of the things that you do beforehand when before you go in the woods, you need to make sure that that you do scent control on your clothes before you hit out in the woods. And there's all kind of ways to do that. One of the ways to do that is, of course, washing your clothes in in the proper laundry detergent that's made specifically for the hunter, the trapper, and it also helps a lot with kids in sports with their clothes, with the sweat and all that, taking the smell out of that. But and of course, there's a lot of products out there on the market that work fine. I went the route of making it easy to measure it, and I've got the Dead Downwind laundry bombs. This is a 28 count box, and it does the same thing. These are the unscented ones. It takes all scent out of your clothes and fights off the enzymes that causes odors. I ain't gonna go through all the scientific stuff in it, but I've used several of these products over the years, and I think that rub it in, mom, rub it in. I think that the reason why I chose the Dead Downwind laundry bombs is that it's just like Tide Pods. It makes it easier, measuring it and just throwing a pod in the wash machine with them. Now, that's not the only reason why you wash your clothes when your hunting clothes to make them unscented. Clothes are notorious for having a lot of UV brighteners in clothes, and yeah, I won't be eating them. And very notorious for that. So to understand what your clothes look like to a deer and on camera, when especially with infrared, I'm going to try to share something on screen here real quick if I can. And maybe it ain't gonna let me do that. Huh. Well, it was there a minute ago. Maybe I can do it another way. Hold on here just a second. Okay. I'm going to bring up his picture, and it's going to show a shirt that's been washed in the proper laundry detergent and a pair of pants that hasn't. And you're going to see what the deer see. And if you don't realize this will blow your mind. As you see in the middle of my screen there, the shirt has been properly washed. It's the same camo pattern that jacket is, actually, than those pants are. But what this laundry detergent has done is taken all the UV brighteners out of your clothes, and now it looks normal. It's doing what it's supposed to be. I have seen a picture of myself one time caught on my game camera, and I looked like I was glowing in the dark and didn't know why. So I started doing this many, many years ago, and I seen that and I found out that about UV brighteners in clothes and that you need to wash them in the proper detergent. So that right there will show it shows you that's another great importance of washing your hunting clothes with the proper detergent. It takes out the UV brighteners, which deer will see that glow. I've read a lot of studies, a lot of science on this, and how the cones, the shape of the cones in a deer's eyes compared to humans, they almost don't have the took a blank on the side vision that where we can see out the back where the way the cones are shaped to see collars and around. So they will see that brightness in the clothes and you will glow like a candlestick. So that's one of the reasons. Now when you dry your clothes, you want to use dryer sheets that have the same components. Um, Dryer sheets that eliminate chemical and organic odor when you dry your clothes. And I have the Dead Downwind dryer sheets. I am not sponsored or affiliated with Dead Downwind, but they seem to work good. My friend Robert, he uses the Scent-Away. He's never had an issue. He's been caught on the game camera and he's not glowing. There's the 99% scent eliminator, I think it's called, by Wildlife Research. And now what I do recommend if and I know most people don't have two dryers, one dryer for this, one dryer for that, but if you'll run your dryer, and I know dryer can run some electricity, but if you'll run your dryer for about 30 minutes with one of these in it to help get that smell from your Tide or Gain dryer sheets, then and then dry your hunting clothes with these dryer sheets. We'll take the smell out of it. Now also you want either some unscented trash bags or a system that sets up that's got one of those ozone things in it. It's getting a little expensive there, but you want to pack your clothes into something like that to keep the outside scent getting in and keep them that way till it's time to go hunting. I've seen people put leaves in a tote and pack their clothes in with leaves. That works also. It gets that earthy scent. There's nothing that's more natural than smell when it's got the earth smell to it. I also, well, the law says you gotta wear your blaze orange. So I got a lot of people that gets upset with that and thinks there's no need, that deer, you're scaring the deer off because they'll see you a country mile. Well, guess what? They don't see those type of colors. They see you like an infrared. And I'm going to show you a little thing here. And we'll click on this. It'll tell you what the deer see and what the humans see. So this little vest here, as you see up here, is seen by the deer. We as humans see this blaze orange, which I'm glad that we can see this because we can see other hunters at quite a distance, and we know that not to shoot in that direction, and hopefully they see us also. And Also keeps you maybe going in a different direction away from other hunters because you can see the blaze orange. Um, so that's pretty cool. That's your first step in getting ready for hunting is making sure your clothes are all right. And it's including your socks. As you see here, good pair of hunting socks. These are the merino wool. Merino wool socks are awesome. They not only keep your feet warm, but they keep the moisture off your feet. So it don't burn you up so bad because you're wearing nice insulated boots and you got the nice insulated socks on and your feet ain't on fire. So that's pretty cool. Merino wool. Remember that when purchasing good hunting socks, good thermals. If it says they're made out of merino wool, you're going to get a good product. So, so that's the laundry part of it. Now, when you get ready to go out to put up your stands to do your scouting, or actually going to your blind or your tree stand or your ladder stand or your stalking out in the woods, that you want good scent control. Now you've done your clothing. Now we need to take care of our shoes. And what I always tend to use is Red Fox pea. It don't matter, I don't guess, who makes it. This is Tink's cover scent, and it's Red Fox pea. It ain't the best smelling stuff in the world, I can promise you that. Um, but studies show by wildlife biologists when they watch in the woods and would say a wildlife biologist has noticed a red fox in the area. And deer come in and all of a sudden get alert for a second, stick their nose up in there, take a good whiff, and all of a sudden they calm down. Not only with the deer, but they've seen that with bear, they've seen that with other animals in the woods when they smell a red fox. And a red fox is a pretty wily creature. He's smart. He That's due to probably living off a little bit of fear. Always wondering for something they're out to get him, and that's why you don't see a lot of red foxes killed along the road. I mean, they're just plain smart, and so typically, if a red fox is in the area and you're in the area also, you've done a pretty good job of covering your scent because that is a rare seed in the woods. So if a deer smells that a red fox is in the woods, it calms them down and they're not alert anymore. So it gives you a better opportunity to harvest that deer. And that's pure red fox pea. Now I put these on the bottom of I spray this on the bottom of my boots when I walk in. Now why do I do that? I may walk into my stand. It may be a 100-yard hike, and which that's probably kind of a short hike for a lot of us going to our stands, unless unless you got a 4-wheel drive golf cart or side by side and you're able to drive pretty close to where you're hunting. Most likely, at some point during the day or that morning that you walked in, a deer may come down the path you did, and if they smell human odor, or from your boots or whatever's on the bottom of your boots, like John talked about this morning, he spilled kerosene on his boots, and I haven't been on the comments here. Hello, a little dirt won't help. The proper detergent is Scott, is about any brand well-known brand of a hunting brand that you know of, that you heard of. Scentaway, 99% scent killer, dead downwind. There's one that's put out in a green bottle. I can't think it may be Scentaway, but those are developed for hunting and for the hunter's clothes. So Um, so yeah, so any that's geared toward hunting and taking out odors out of your clothes and the UV brighteners. See, regular laundry detergent once, hello sis, every laundry detergent, regular, your Tides, your Gains, whatever it may be, are there to brighten your clothes so you don't look faded or anything. You don't want that. It's just adding more brightness to your clothes. What you want is something that takes the brightness out. And Dead Damn Wind just happens to be one of the brands that does that. Now, I chose these laundry bombs, as they call them, but they're like Tide Pods because they're just easier to manage. Just throw one in there. If you got a huge load, you got a large washer, you can throw two of them in there if you need to, along with your dryer sheets. And all the major companies put out these also. They're probably all about the same thing. Um, just happened to be Dead Downwind's the only one I've seen that did the pods. So you're covering, as you're going in the woods, you're covering your boots with the bottoms of your boots with a good cover scent. I happen to like the Fox P. There's others out there. I mean, there's just so many out there. It's unreal. I just happen to like this, and I've had good results of having deer very close to me by using this Fox P for a cover scent. And we're going to get in to another one that I like really well also. Now, you could also cover your scent by using that Fox P or another good covering or masking scent with a drag, where you can tie a rope to the back of your belt and have some kind of a rag or stuff they sell and spray it down real good or dip it in a bottle of the cover scent and drag the ground. Or if it doesn't bother you or embarrass you, um, if you're married and if your wife sent you out for some tampons, get 2 boxes. It's a lot cheaper than the drags you can buy in the store. And coat that with the cover scent and drag it along the ground. And I was given this advice by a little Italian lady that loves to ride big street bikes, Harleys. Don't know how she gets on them big giant things and rides them, but she loves to hunt, kill a lot of deer, and told me that's what she does, and it shouldn't embarrass no man to do, to make sure their scent is masked properly. So I've still yet to go buy a box of tampons, and she gave me advice probably about 6, 7 years ago or longer. So I just spray the bottom of my boots. Now I do use rubber hunting boots, which I'm going to show you one of them here in a minute, that are scent free. That is another tip when it comes to boots, the rubber hunting boots like Muck, Lacrosse. You can get for the early part of years, you can get the ones that don't have all the insulation in it that people wear out on the farms or in certain things they do outdoors to keep their feet dry. But and I need a pair of those lighter ones because what I have is the Lacrosse Alpha Burleys, and they are correct that they are burly. This is the Alpha Burley Pro. They find says Lacrosse. These are the 18-inch. You see how thick that bottom is. I mean, it's right, but it's got 1,600 grams of insulation. It's for 30 degrees above to 70 below. This goes under the glacier category. So I found out really quick in this area, typically deer season, it's almost a new year before we start getting those kind of consistent weather. So, but I do have them when that comes along. But I gotta get me a lighter pair. I'll tell you an actually good boot. They sell them out at Tractor Supply. I can't think of the brand name on them or even pronounce it, Atasia or something like that. Um, they have some that are 1,000 grams in insulation, and they run about $89, about half the cost of these. And now, if you work outdoors a lot, come January, February, and it's gotten down there 10, 15 below zero, and you work out on a farm, um, out in a junkyard, junior whip, farm, Scott Powell, I know he did that for years. Um, those those boots would be quite nice for that. But if you wear them, I'll tell you that in a minute. So if you wear these before it gets to like 30 above and or colder, you are going to burn up. Plus, a pair weighs over 5.5 pounds, and so and you need to be in pretty good shape for wearing them. But I'm gonna tell you, once you get used to them, they're gonna be some nice boots. They're comfortable. I don't slip in mud or snow. My sister asked me, "What did the doctor say?" And so this past week, we'll take a little break here. This past week, I had my third colonoscopy since August, and so and it was basically a follow-up colonoscopy from the major endoscopy I had um, back in August. Um, that was I had some rather large polyps back in August that had to be taken out, and basically this past one was follow-up, and it said it was healing pretty good in there, a lot of scar tissue, and they did two biopsies just to make sure because the last one that came out it was benign, the polyps was, so I was cancer free, which is great. And but they took two biopsies this time, and I should be hearing something sometime this coming week on the results of that. So, but I am getting my strength back a little bit each day. The hardest part of the whole thing was is the prep. That liquid diet starting pretty much 2.5 days before the procedure. Um, hard to drink that stuff. They put me on something different this time. It didn't make me sick, but I had that gag reflex every time I had to take a drink. 128 ounces of that stuff, and I'm sure several of you in here has probably had a colonoscopy. That's the third one I've had since August. Um, so hopefully those are all done. He said he didn't need to see me again for 3 years. Next one's coming up. Next surgery is coming up in probably around the first of the year, a little bit afterwards, for the umbilical hernia I've let it go too long, and so I'll need mesh there. But I had to get all this other taken care of before he would do that. Now, enough about me. Let's get back to the deer hunting stuff. Now, now that we've gotten you to your blind, you've done the right things, getting there scent wise that way. Now you get to your blind. Now you want to put up, if it's early season, you want to put up some cover scent. I mean, you can take this stuff, this red fox, see, and you can spray it on the trees around you like a big square, 4 point square deal, and then that'll do okay for a while. Problem is, it'll soak up in the tree bark and things like that, and you won't get the life out of it that you want. Billy Max, that blind is tore up to the point where now we have it tied up and it ain't got no hubs or poles in it whatsoever. So, but if the wind don't take it down or the bear don't get it again, it is doable the way we got it set up. So, but if you want your cover scent while you're in your stand, while you're in the blind, up in the tree or wherever how you've got it set up, you're in a box blind, you want something to where your cover scent's going to last a while. So what I've learned to use, and it could be done if I can find two different ways. Oh, there it went. Two different ways to put out cover scent. And one of them is using wicks. And I'm sure a lot of you has done this. Have seen these. These are made by Wildlife Research Center, the same company that makes the 99% scent killer elimination sprays and things like that. What I do is I open up, I take the lid off, take the spout out of this. I could spray it, but I can dip that wick down in the bottle in this cotton style wick, soaks it up about halfway up, and then you hang it on a limb. And it's got 4 of them in here. So you hang one behind you to this way, one this way, one this way, one this way, and it covers all 4 sides. And I have the ring light that Walmart sold, but I bought it a while back before it was on sale. So, and what it soaks this up, and it'll slowly drip. Just little drips, and your scent stays a lot longer. It don't dry up as fast, and it lasts a whole lot longer, and it's more. I don't know what the word to say, but it has more staying power, I guess. Now, if it's during you get near Halloween, 1st November, going into rifle season, and the deer are in the rut, the does are in heat, and they are putting out that scent that drive them bucks crazy. Then we use a white-tailed doe estrus. This is Code Red by a company called Code Blue. And I just dip these down in there, and I do the same thing, and it's got the same smell that bucks are smelling that gets them to chasing those does. So other popular brands, probably the most popular brand is the Tink 69. And the products that Code Blue puts out, like the Code Red, things like that, are very awesome products also. You can get if I get this here, you can get a 3-pack from Walmart for like $13, and that's cheaper than the Tinks, and it still works well. I actually found my 3-pack at Tractor Supply for like $10, so it was cheaper than Walmart. So you can use that, or a company that I really like and I really like ordering from, and it's a little high, but it is awesome stuff. You can also use one of these scent bomb things that just pulls in and out, and well, I just pulled it out, but it locks in. You can hang it on the tree. You hang it on the tree, and it'll do the same thing as those wicks. These cost a little more. They're made by Tinks. Sometimes you pay a little bit more for the name, but it is good stuff. Plus, if these are hanging overnight, it's got this little fluorescent strap around there, so when you're coming in with your headlamp, which you should have it on red or green, it don't scare the deer near as bad. And these will illuminate where you can see where your stand's at. This is a little thing to guess, but Now the label on this next scent that I really love. It's kind of faded, but this is a bottle from Jackie's Deer Lures, and this is the Dough and Heat with triple blood discharge. Now I know that sounds nasty, but what they've done, they've collected estrus and blood discharges from 3 different does because they figured out, because this company is in Middleton, Ohio. I think that's the name of the town. They have a licensed deer farm where they collect nothing but um, the estrus and urine and um, whatever they collect to make sense with. And they have learned that a buck can distinguish between 3 different does while he's out there in the woods, while constantly all the years of observing and data is collected on this farm, because they're all about, helping hunters. That's how they sell the products. You can get this in a 2 ounce, I think a 4 ounce, a 6 ounce, half gallon, or a gallon, and you can buy the empty bottles from them. Now, this stuff is not the cheapest, but I've used this and I experienced one of the easiest bow hunts I ever had in my life. I had these up using the wicks on a farm not far from Junior. And I watched the deer across the road come through the field, follow the fence line, and got right below me, and never once was ever alerted. I pulled my bow back and I actually missed on the first shot. Then we're right beside the deer, and that arrow hit the ground and boom. And they just looked around and had no idea what in the world that was, and went back to eating. And I aimed correctly the next shot and killed the deer. They did not have no idea I was there. So, yeah, good. And this is a attracted scent because it's doe estrus. But this was in early bow season. I used it for a cover scent, and it was fantastic. Now it's a little expensive, I know, but I may this coming year. I've been thinking about it several years. Is I may order a gallon of this and order several of these bottles. So if anybody's interested in using the Jackie's Deer Lures come next year, because I'm not sure when the batches will be ready, they'll let you know when you go to make your order, when to expect it. And I'll definitely make it the price worth your while to try this stuff. This is, and they got so many. I mean, I can share this link with you guys from Jackie's Deer Lures. This is the advertisement for the Jackie's Triple Discharges. This is called. You can see the prices there. This little bottle here is $10.99. It's not cheap, but it's effective. And sometimes, instead of wasting money on stuff that's not effective, it worth save up to get the right deal. And they got several products here. We got the hot dough and heat, Jackie's 100 proof deer urine, trail makers, scrape doctors. They got all kind of stuff. So just come next year, we may get hooked up with the Jackie's Deer Lures. Now, basically, if you're using the scent for the different times of the year, now you sit and wait. And when I'm in the blind, If it's during rifle season and I got the doe and heat hanging out there, I'll have other wicks with me that I'll hang inside the blind or hang right around my deer stand or spray even my clothes with the red fox pea, just for added scent control. Let's say the hunt goes great, you have killed your deer, and now it's time for that nice little drag out of the woods. Dragging a deer can be hard. It can be hard on you. You want to make this as easy as possible. They make carts that you can lay a deer across and help you wheel. You can wheel a deer out. Like I said, people got side by sides, 4-wheel drive golf carts for hunting. Those are helpful for sure. But I always carry a drag rope. Now this here happens to be a lineman's belt. See this big old carabiner? Happens to be a lineman's belt. And where it hooks to the tree, and it helps me, and it holds me on there just like guys going up power poles. So what I do, I'm going to hook this around the deer's neck, the buck's neck, whatever it is, and let me get the right end. And then I'm going to bring the rope through it, and it's going to be hooked to my belt, and I'm going to pull that deer head up all the way up to me off the ground behind me. Now, if you leave it on the ground and you got 2 or 3 feet behind you, you're going to work yourself trying to drag that deer. If you pull him up there and you cinch him in and his head's off the ground, you can walk almost normal with that deer. So always carry some kind of a drag rope with you if you don't have the cart or you don't have the access to a side-by-side to go in there and get that deer, or you're by yourself, because it can be a pain. Trying to see what else I got here in this bag. Okay, filet knife. But and of course, one of the ways I bring stuff in the woods is my dry bag from KastKing. This is a small one, and you can throw it on your back like a backpack. So, but one of the things I definitely wanted to get into before we start talking about what we do in the deer hunting. Now that you have killed your deer, you've got it dragged back to your vehicle, and you get it home, and you hang it on your whatever you use to hang your deer with. I have a pulley system that hooks to the hitch on my truck, and I crank him up. I got the I don't know, the gondola thing that hooks there through the ankles and hangs. And so a good knife. Now you're ready to skin that deer, field dress that deer. You need a good knife. And we come across something a couple years ago, John and I did, or I did, and I showed it to John and him, and his dad uses them, or it did, on a bear one time. And and they're awesome. They're awesome. They're made by a company called Javelina, and it's a little replaceable blade type of knife that uses what I call scalpel blades. That's the knife right there. And these are replaceable Benji. They're made by a company. I'm going to show you the website here in just a minute. Called Javelin. This is called the Parantas. This is one of the, I think, the 3 knives in the Parantas brand. And I'll show you the website here. I'm sorry about the coughing. I don't know where that coming from. But these things are what, these blades here, what you see a surgeon using when he does open heart surgery, or he's taking a kidney out, or whatever he's got to do to slice you, is one of these blades. This is a stainless steel 60A. This is the 60A XLT. The ones that come with it are a 60A. Either one will fit it. Then they're replaceable. When you buy one of these, it's got the little belt clip. Also, if you don't have your other case, but these come with 12 extra blades. Comes with a little blade case also, and they're real easy to change the blades. I'm not going to change one here because it's hard to do because I don't have the right camera set up here, which I will pretty soon. But it's basically, as you see right here, let me do this again. You see right here, you're going to hook a pair of pliers right to the there on the tip, back this way. I be careful not to cut myself. And you pull back and slide forward, and the blades come off. Now, these things are razor super sharp. You can cut yourself and not even realize it. So you got to be very careful with these knives. But I want to tell you, when it comes to skinning a dare, you pull it high up, and I mean, it just falling off of there. Now, these are awesome. But now here's another tool. They also make a multi-tool called the Evolve. This is the Evolve by Havalon. Got the pliers. If you get real close there, focus in. So you've got the wire strippers, got the wire cutters. Let's see, got the screwdriver. Where is that at? Oh, there it is. Got the screwdriver that you push down right here. You can flip it around from Phillips to standard. And right here on the side, you can put two more bits in here. Larger bits, smaller bits, whatever you need. Got the little carabiner thing right there. Also, this multi-tool was, if I can find it here, has been designed for the hunter. Close this back up. I'm saving the best for last here. Also, it has got a gut hook built right on it. But guess what this one has also? It also has this awesome scallop skinning blade. I'm going to show you. There's all different. Havalon does a lot of great products. And these, when it comes to skinning, John, tell us in the chat room how long it took your father to skin a bear with this little knife, and how many blades did he have to use? If you would, I can't remember exactly what that let us know. Now, you can order blades for these things on Amazon. I ordered an extra 100 blades, and I think I paid $39 for 100 blades. Let me show you how they come. If you can see this, see all them blades there? They come in the little silver packs. This is just an amazing product. But they come in these little packs, and it even tells you on the pack what the blade is, and you just peel this apart, sort of like a Band-Aid. And speaking of Band-Aids, you might and I froze up. Sorry, I was freezing up for a minute. But speaking of Band-Aids, you might want to carry a box of Band-Aids with you. Okay, John answered this. It took about 30 minutes full skin out with one blade. It's pretty amazing right there when it comes to a knife for skinning your deer. I had something else here that there's a gut hook on that thing is that where you can just like zip and open that deer, or I have one of these basic simple gut hook. I think it takes like a regular razor blade. It's got 2 screws on the side or 3 that you take that off to be able to replace the blades with. So, but I've never used this. But I have changed the way I skin a deer. I just happened to catch this on YouTube. If you'll notice, if you'll scroll through the chat before the live stream started, I put a link into a YouTube video where you can skin a deer without having to field dress it, and or gut it as we all normally call it. You hang your deer. He shows you how to get every bit of the meat you need off that deer. And this guy, without gutting the deer, that's even removing the head. Having a exhaust saw is very helpful. Think about that when it comes to processing or quartering a deer. So, but I thought there might be a way to play, I wasn't going to play the full video, but I was just going to see if this comes up here. It's from it's called Skin and Process a Deer in 10 Minutes Without Gutting It. It's from the people who have the magazine Deer and Deer Hunting and the website deeranddeerhunting.com. This guy, when you watch this guy do this, it'll blow your mind. And the video is 11 minutes long. I'm not going to show it, but I did put the link to this video in in the chat box. So if you're interested, or maybe you already do that, who knows? But it's just, he has some tips that blows your mind. And clothing wise, layer properly for send you the link on that knife. Hold on just a second. I can do that. Let me find where it's at here. Let me share this on the. Whoops, hit the wrong thing. Replaceable blade skinning knives. All right, hold on. Let me go to the Piranha Knives. Let me know if y'all seeing me on this website scrolling here. They got the one I got is called the Piranha Edge. Let me copy that. Alrighty. And there's the link. Wait a minute, that popped up on YouTube. There we go. So that's a knife there. It's worth every penny. I'm telling you, it's worth every penny for that blade. Dress according to your weather forecast. If you can, try to purchase all moisture wicking style layers. Easy clothes to be able to shed a few and be able to easy to pack, because it may be one of them type of days where it's going to be 26 in the morning but 66 about 11 o'clock. So think about it that way, because there ain't nothing worse than burning up, guys. So so that's our night on the hunting prep and things like that. Now, if you use some products, let me know. And of course, I forgot the dead damn wind field spray that you always want to spray your clothes down with the night before and the night when you got right before you go out in the woods. Now I forgot all about that, but I got it here. My spray bottle's out in the truck, but this is the refill bottle. But it comes with this and a bottle, or you can get that that big box. It's got several things in it that you would everything you would need, and it all comes in one box, and it'll come in these little packs that are concentrate, and you pour it in your spray bottle and you fill up with water, and it's just like having this. So don't forget about your field spray. I forgot all about that. But if there's products, guys, that y'all using that you like that I didn't mention on this show, let me know. I know there's so many. There's that special golden estrus. There's the golden scrape. There's the scrape makers. Let me know if you've ever used a scrape maker that's got the ball hangs above and drips down. I have used them in the past. I didn't see any effectiveness out of that, but I could have, not had it in the right area, done it at the wrong time. Maybe I was too late. But I haven't seen that. Next week we can talk about hunting calls if you want. What has worked for you when it comes to a good grunt call, or how to grunt properly? So, but just letting you know, need to check out Avalon, the Parantas Edge, and the Evolve, because these are the most two exciting items that I have in my hand of everything I've showed tonight. There's certain things I get excited about that I found that I won't always keep using, and that's this stuff right here, made by Avalon. They make fillet knives with this type of blade on it. Think about when you're deboning meat. Now I will tell you this: these are for cutting meat, like a surgeon cuts our meat when he's doing surgery. It is not meant for sawing bone. That is left up to other types of blades. They don't do well on that. But when it comes to working and getting that and quartering that meat off a bone, slicing, dehydrating, skinning, whatever, these, now you pay a little bit one time for this, and then every so often you gotta buy some extra blades. The Piranha Edge, I'm telling you, it's super exciting. And this Evolve, that's an awesome tool because it's got the blade on it also. And the cool thing about carrying this, With this, is that now you got pliers to switch out blades. So now I will tell you this: I have a Gerber tool back here I've had for I don't know 15 years, and I love my Gerber tool. So it ranks right in here with it. If the Gerber tool had this blade on it, I would probably be honest if you put this one in a drawer. I just love my Gerber tool, but this is pretty awesome. But this is outstanding. I'm telling you, I get excited over these knives. Now I have cut myself with these, and they ain't good. But these blades are awesome, and I love those. There's several others that I want to get, especially the fillet knife. Those fillet knives. If you ain't got one of these, just keep your fillet knife sharp because, man, I can wipe out a quartering a deer, getting the meat off the deer, slicing it. Now I've bought a meat slicer, so of course, it's going to be cutting humps and so I'm excited about that because if I kill something, it ain't going to take me near as long to get that processed. So it looks like we're at a standstill here. We've been on for almost an hour and 13 minutes. I think I'm down to John and Benji probably, and Billy Max. He's over on the YouTube side. Typically during the live stream, I have Billy Max on YouTube. That's the only one I get on there so far. But I get more comments and stuff on my videos after once the show has already been recorded, which is fine. Coke Zero. So Benji, if you're still on there and they don't get any of those authorities on their truck Tuesday, I may be coming to see you on Sunday, next Sunday, to get some tires. Because they only have 3 in stock, and I need 4 in 265 7017s. If you have them, I was going to order them off the .com, but they said they wouldn't be in until the 23rd, and of course I'm gonna be hunting. So, but they only had 3. Might come over and get some tires and go see PC Bait and Tackle. Might be open on Sunday over. They moved out of Hinton. I hated that. So I know they're over in Beckley or somewhere. So next week we'll be talking about, it'll be the night before the first day of rifle season. We'll talk about what everybody's done to prepare, how excited they are, what time they're getting out of bed, all that good stuff. Mountaineer football is off next weekend, and then they play the following Saturday that Oklahoma's coming to Morgantown. So that's pretty exciting. What we need to do, though, I know I don't bring up COVID too much, but everybody, we need to do a lot better job, I think, when it comes to wearing the mask and social distancing and stuff. And because right now there's been an outbreak in elementary school here in White Sulphur. A lot of schools are shut down here in Greenbrier County. We want to make sure that if we do the right things now, we still be able to live our lives. There's a lot of high school teams that's not going to get to finish the high school playoffs. And teams that they're going to get to play and go on for a championship, is that fair to the other schools and stuff? I don't know. What the problem is that people has got, and I blame myself too, but we've all got a little complacent when it comes to this COVID-19. I've been lucky. I've been tested 3 times. and it's all been negative. But the next time might not be. So I'm we'll see. Um, because I don't want a friend of mine not to be able to go out and go hunting. I want I don't want this to be shut down because well, I can't really get into it, but it could shut him down, and I don't want that. So so let's please just do our best to try to keep this down, and hopefully things will die down this coming week, and they'll be able to get back into school. The problem that we're having is that through the Pee Wee football over here, we have 9 young kids with who has been tested, and supposedly um, through contact tracing, there's 9 people, 9 kids who supposedly tested positive for COVID-19. I mean, that's even though the county is still green. So I don't know. But then with all the contact tracing it's got going on there, that shuts down. That's 14 days. So hopefully by the end of next week, by the end of next Saturday, everything, when the new map comes out, everything will be good. So let's pray about that. So everybody gets to get out there and enjoy the week-long holiday, and it's bigger than Thanksgiving itself, really. And the big tradition of antler deer season and antlerless season starts the same day. I've got 3 tags for does or antlerless deer, and along with the buck and stuff. So I'm hoping to fill all those tags next week, and it means spending a lot of time in the woods. And I know somebody else that wants to get out there and fill his tags too. So anyway, on that note, that's to be the last bit I talk about COVID, because COVID's like talking about politics, and I don't want that going on in here. And I want to thank everybody for not bringing up the Trump Biden stuff. That's not where I want to go with this. I don't want to be labeled either way, because somebody will take what I say and go, "Well, you hear what he said?" Not good at all. So, and really, you know, talking about church and religion and things like that. Um, I there's a time and a place for that, and in here, I mean, if we push that in a chat room, it typically it don't work out well. It's just like with the politics. Now it needs to be talked. Does it need to be spoke about? Yeah, it sure does. And people have dedicated YouTube channels to that. So and other live streams and things like that. So that's. But here we just want to be laid back and relaxed and have a place to come to, and that's where I want a community of um, being comfortable, a comfortable community of people to hang out and just yak. So, um, got a lot of ideas on how to make this thing grow better. Um, so it's going to happen. Just got to be patient. There's a Sunday nights are tough. I've been trying to figure out. I've been trying to watch each night on who has already got a huge channel, with thousands of followers and things when they go live. And it seems like every single night someone's going live. That's got a lot of followers. So I may just have to just squeeze in a time somewhere, and we'll see what happens. But and we do grow big, I'm gonna need a moderator. So I may be asking somebody to do that. So anyway, I think we are going to close her down for tonight, and start of another week, and then I go on vacation for the annual tradition of deer hunting. So, oh, and we're still looking for land to lease. I mean, I checked in a couple places. I've looked at a couple places, but I don't seem to be the right fit. Um, so if anybody knows, if anybody that's got any land that's willing to lease some acreage to, um, I'm a looking. All right, guys, we're gonna close her down, ladies. We're gonna close this thing down. And we'll chat again next week. I may pop out on this um, out of blue during the some evenings. You never know. So just to test some things. I even had a 30-second countdown thing to the live show, but nobody was waiting to see that, I don't guess. But let me make sure real quick I didn't miss anything. Um, I do have when I get my ice cap from Extremist. I do got some logos, so when I'm talking about something, I can pop it up there in the corner. If I'm talking about KastKing or Monsterbass, I think that's pretty cool. So I'm working on those deals there to make the show more lively. So, alrighty, see y'all next week.